Okie dokie, we got our new video for Geometry SLO Review Worksheet number 6, the Pythagorean Theorem. Again, picked a couple of problems off the worksheet. This first problem is problem number 2. We are going to find the missing side of each triangle. Leave your answer in simplest radical form. Now remember, since it's Pythagorean theorem, it's going to be a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The only thing we really have to worry about when we're using this formula is our c squared, right? We always have to remember that the c, okay, is the longest side. It is our hypotenuse. It is across from our 90 degrees. A and B don't really matter. The C is what really matters. So now that we've got this, all we have to do is go and plug in what we need. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter if you want to do this is A and this is B or vice versa, and actually we can just plug in an X for that. So when we say A squared, we're going to do 5 squared plus, I'm going to go ahead and write X squared equals 15 squared. So 25 plus X squared equals 225. Obviously going to subtract 25 from both sides, and that'll cancel out over there. X squared equals 200. And of course, to undo squaring something, we take the square root. So that means that x equals the square root of 200. Now our problem, our directions say leave your answer in simplest radical form. So we want simplest radical form. So you could plug this into a calculator and get a decimal, but that's not what we're looking for. So I'm going to go up to this side right here. So x equals the square root of 200. When we are simplifying radicals, when we are breaking our radicals down, we look for the biggest perfect square that goes into whatever we have underneath the radical sign. Now I have a 200. I know that that breaks into x equals 100 times 2. Okay, now that I have that broken apart, the square root of 100 is 10, so I'm going to take that 10, I'm going to put it outside, and so then our x is going to be 10 radical 2, and of course I'm going to label it inches because I know that that had already been labeled, and that's my answer. Okay, so let's do one more. This one happens to be number 7. Okay, so this is number 7, just down at the bottom of your page. Find the missing side of each triangle, round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. So if we need to this time, we're allowed to go for decimals. If you notice, across from the 90 degrees, that is my C, that is my hypotenuse. I'm looking for my hypotenuse this time. So when I go plug things in, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, this time everything that I plug in is going to be on the left side of my equation. And again, it doesn't matter if I make my A 9 and my B the 12 or vice versa. So plugging things in, I've got 9 squared plus 12 squared equals, I'm going to go ahead and write my x squared. So 9 squared is 81 plus 144 is x squared. 81 plus 144, when I combine like terms, chicken, lettuce, tomato, I get 225. And that's x squared. And of course, undo your square root. Undo your squaring by taking your square root. So we get a 15. 15 equals our x, and of course, then that is going to be 15 feet. Okay, when I properly label it. And that's the Pythagorean theorem.